was born in a small town next to Port-au-Prince.
I grew up in Haiti.
And I was in Holy Trinity school.
I moved to Port-au-Prince and went to Collège Saint-Pierre, which is the secondary school of Deep School Church, and worshipped at the Cathedral.
I went to school to St. Trinity. St. Trinity is part of St. Trinity complex. I mean the church, the school, and the music school.
And the church for me, my mother was the first Haitian black woman who was elected as a laity in the Cathedral St. Trinity. So that's, it's in my blood.
It was a safe haven for me, in the sense that there were many youth activities at the church.
Everybody has to go to the Cathedral for many services, and I participate to many activities for youth.
Sang in the choir. I was a member of the youth group, so I was really involved.
I can tell you what this church, what Episcopal play in my life is tremendous.
It's about fellowship. We learn from each other.
In the midst of violence, oppressions, Tonton Macoute, there was a place where people can gather together.
And every time there's a major celebration at the cathedral, folks will travel from far away to come and be part of the celebration at the mother church.
The place was for me is the Renaissance, because it was a place with art, music.
The cathedral was listed among one of the sites for tourists to visit because of the murals. And you have to see it to believe it. And that was a project of Bishop Vogli, who was a Caucasian bishop man, and yet wanted to have murals that reflected the image of the people.
We were able to express ourselves, we were able to feel life.
I would not say that I received my call to the ministry at the cathedral. What I would say is that the ministry that I witnessed at the cathedral nurtured the call.
Because if I am who I am right now, it's because of the Episcopal Church in Haiti.
It was not only a part of me, it was my psyche, my soul.
Even though I had a chance to see so many pictures on TV, but when I got there, it was nothing that I could ever imagine.
I have looked at many pictures when friends are sending me pictures, videos, and some of them I could not really look at them.
So we went to the General Hospital. When I get there, I've been working here in the trauma center, but what I have seen, that's something I never seen in my life.
I lost my cathedral, and I lost many friends. I lost many churches in the diocese of Haiti, many schools. That's very deeply affected me.
First week we didn't have no electricity. People coming from accident, people is sick. At that time we didn't have enough medical assistance to help them. We tried to help them the best we could.
I was heartbroken to see the impact.
One day I was working 24 hours without stopping, try to help. Still, you feel like you do nothing yet.
So when the earthquake strikes Haiti, the first thing I was thinking it was about what about the arts, the painting. What about the arts? What about the music? And what about the school?
When I went there, I started crying when I saw the cathedral was totally destroyed. So this is an impact in my life because even though everything was destroyed, but my goal was to see the cathedral.
Also, the organ, that was one of the largest organs in the Caribbean, a large pipe organ, destroyed as well.
It's not only about church. That's what I like about the Episcopal Church. Where whenever you see a church, you're thinking about there is school, sometimes there is hospital. That means the church, is already part of the community. We integrated in the community. So when the church is destroyed and all those things destroyed, that really affect, the people because, it's like their livelihood all together came down to crash.
But what I see when I see we lost the cathedral, all the monument, all the painting, all the people, because it's like a mother. It's like you lost your mother.
And yet, in spite of it all, folks were at church worshiping and trying to get back on track. In the back of the main building, they had built a temporary, it's not a tent, but something temporary to worship, and that's where they worshipped, and they continued to worship there. It was painful and yet comforting to see that folks were still able to go on with their lives. But painful to see the things that were part of my upbringing, of my youth, of my experience destroyed.
I think is those people are in darkness.
That we continue to be that light, leading folks, whereas we have so much strife, so many conflicts, that the church will continue to be that symbol that teaches people a better life, better way of living in community, living in hope, learning to care for others. That's what the church represents for folks in Haiti.
If we can help them rebuild the cathedral, that will be a big step. Not only the cathedral, it's many other churches are destroying the Episcopal Church, and then we have a lot of Episcopalian in Haiti. So I know, they must have been really tough in them. So any help that we can get, to help them, to help the church, that would be really great.
Whereas the public institutions failed our people many times, the church remains that symbol that gives hope, that symbol that tells them that things can get better.
Because we have children that can go to school, because the school is destroyed with the church.
Big help. They need to in the schools also, not school for people to go to read and write, but school that will teach them what is to be, a society, as a community.
So I think it's a blessing to me that we're here, so we can do this and try to help those people.
They need to know that we're journeying with them. So Folks in Haiti need to know that we empathize, not sympathize. Don't feel sorry for them, but we journey with them.
It will not be the same, but we have so many memories of all kinds. I believe by doing that, the generation to come will be able to enjoy the same thing that we enjoyed when we were growing up down there.
Jesus came to humanize us, and even folks who had leprosy will touch them and gave them their life back, their dignity. And the church does the same. Deep School Church does the same in Haiti. And my prayer and hope is that we continue to do the same. Even more so after this